Hey everyone, Ethan here from WordTech, back with another video, and this is just going to be a quick review video of an interesting product that I actually just encountered on Amazon kind of randomly and ended up purchasing, and I'm pretty happy with it, mostly. So what I'm reviewing today here is going to be the Xpower Airrow Pro. Now it's kind of a lame name actually, and as far as I understand it's just some kind of off-brand Chinese company. I didn't find out a whole lot of information about the company, but it's a pretty big purchase product on Amazon. There's quite a bit of pretty solid reviews about it. So what this is basically a canned air replacement. Now they also say it can be used for auto detailing, like dusting in your car, and they also say that it can be used as a airbed pump, and more on that later. But mostly really what it's designed to be is a canned air replacement for like cleaning out electronics and stuff. And that's the whole reason I purchased it, because I spend a lot of money on canned air, and it's ridiculous. So I figured I would go ahead and buy this. But for a while now these have existed, but there have been a lot of ones that were like $100 or more that got pretty good reviews, but there was no way I was going to spend quite that much on it. This one ranges at about $40 to $50. I got it for like 45 bucks, I think it was, on Amazon. There'll be a link in the description if you're wanting to purchase one. And they have multiple colors and stuff like that. But yeah, under 50 bucks generally is what you're going to find it for, which is a pretty good price for what it can do overall. So the unit itself here doesn't have any actual cord wrapping, which is the first thing that actually kind of bugs me about it. The cord just sits loose, so you got to kind of run it around it. But I got the green one here, and it's a handheld unit. It is wired, it plugs in, it's not battery powered or anything, not that you'd really expect something this powerful to be. But it's got a 2-stage switch on it, so it's got 2 levels of power. Generally just use 2 is what I would think most people would use, but maybe if you're trying to be a little bit quieter or dealing with something more sensitive or something like that, you might want to just use the 1 setting. But it is pretty powerful. And then at the bottom here you've got a filter. It is actually a pretty well built unit. It feels solid. There's not a lot of flex in the plastic and stuff like that. It's mostly just solid plastic and a lot of screws. It's held together by Phillips screws, so you could take it apart, not that you need to, but it's nice to see that it's held together by screws and not just plastic glue sealing and stuff like that. So overall though, the unit itself has pretty good build quality, and not too much to say about it really. It's got a nice grip, I guess. You know, it's comfortable, but you're not going to be using it for super long periods of time or anything like that. Now, the bigger thing here is actually going to be the accessories that it comes with, and these kind of help determine the pressure that you're going to be getting out of it too. So I'll go through them in order here. Now this is just going to be a standard pointed attachment. There's nothing really special about it, but it does allow you to attach this little brush here, so you have a little brush that you could use. That's a pretty large one though. We probably wouldn't be using it on very many PC components and stuff like that, but you know, it's just something there. This one's probably not going to be used too much. Then this here is your 3 airbed pump connections. So this here, actually, you just plug it on the end just like the other one, and it's designed to fill up an airbed. Now this is much more powerful than a lot of the airbed pumps though, do keep that in mind, but it's totally fine. So it's kind of a double use there, but I don't think very many people are going to buy it, you know, to be an airbed pump. You know, you don't spend $50 on an airbed pump, you spend $50 on an airbed. Now this one here is actually my favorite. It's just a wide angle adapter here, and it's really great for cleaning out like fan filters on PCs and stuff like that, because you can just put it right up against the filter and cover a large area at once with as much pressure as you can possibly get in that area. So this is the one that I'm going to be using probably the most, although it's not the best for necessarily cleaning out like laptops and stuff like that. It's just the best for fan filters, which is what I deal with most. But good one there, good one there. And then you've got this guy here. It actually has some holes in the side too, so it doesn't build up too much pressure, so some of the air actually comes out of here. I think that's just because if it was sealed, it puts too much resistance on the motor and actually decreases the pressure output of it, because it's, you know, the motor can only overcome a certain amount of static pressure, and when you increase it beyond that, then the actual airflow drops off drastically. But yeah, it's just a pretty solid pointed tip here. This one's going to give you the best power result that I got, the most forceful airflow, and that's going to be really good for cleaning out keyboards and laptops and stuff like that. Just be careful, it is pretty powerful. You don't want to damage like a laptop fan or something like that with this, or like a sensitive filter, you know, that might maybe breaks easy or something like that. Now you've actually got 2 little attachments here. You've got this hose extension, and this is awesome except for the fact that it almost doesn't fit in here. Now it actually does go in this piece. It doesn't go on one of the other ones. and you have to really kind of work hard to get it in there, and it takes some practice. It took me like 10 times to finally actually figure out how exactly it has to be pushed in there, but nicely enough, it will not come out under full pressure, so that might be why they designed it that way. Either that or it's a design flaw, but a lot of people were complaining about this on the Amazon reviews, so I'm assuming it's a purposeful design thing and those people just weren't trying hard enough. But once you finally get it in there, you know, it's got a really solid grip. So that's useful for getting into more intricate areas, although I don't think I'll find myself using it too much. But an attachment for the straw is a small brush here. And this one is very similar to the larger brush, just with less bristles, and they're shorter bristles. But, you know, something nice that could be used for several things there. Maybe cleaning out laptops and stuff is probably what you'd use this for most. Unless you had like a really dirty motherboard, then you could maybe use it to clean off the motherboard or something like that. And last accessory here is actually just a little carrying pouch. I didn't even know it came with this, so this is actually kind of nice to see. Just something to throw everything in. It's just a simple bag. There's no organization or anything like that, but it is nice to just be able to keep all the accessories together, because this kind of stuff is bound to get lost really easy. So just keep everything in the bag there, and it's a pretty thick material. I don't think you have to worry about it like ripping or anything under the weight of this here, which is decently hefty. It probably weighs like 5-6 pounds. It's nothing crazy, but you know, it's just something to keep in mind. Now, overall, the airflow on this is actually really impressive. So it's able to not like blow all of my blinds here and smash them completely into the window and stuff like that. So it's got a lot of pressure behind it. I'm not exactly sure what the rating on that would be. You know, it fluctuates depending on the bit that you're using, along with the actual setting that you're using on the unit, but it is plenty powerful, and it is basically as powerful, if not more powerful, than most of the canned air stuff that I get. Now, the canned air is a little bit more concentrated of a smaller area, but I think that this is actually pushing out higher pressure, even considering its bigger size. So I've been pretty impressed with it. Now, of course, reliability is the only thing that I can't judge for this video, so I'll make an update video eventually on that, probably 6 months from now, another one a year from now, and just see if it continues to work, because I will be using this a lot as I work on a lot of computers around here. So we'll see about reliability. I have a feeling that the motor might be something that could burn out easy, but that's something only time will tell, and I didn't see any major complaints about that in the reviews. But then again, those people aren't me. They're not going to be using it daily like I am. Overall, though, I think it is a good unit, and you guys will be very happy with it, especially for the sub $50 price tag. It's something to, you know, keep on your list if you're looking for a canned air replacement, especially if you're somebody that's working with computers and other electronic equipment all the time, and you're constantly having to buy canned air. This takes up about the space of 2 cans of canned air, and will replace them with infinite canned air. So it's pretty great. Hey YouTube, I hope you guys just enjoyed the video that you just watched, but don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course click the little notification thing next to subscribe once you subscribe, so that you don't miss any of our updates. That way you get properly notified every time we upload a video. Feel free to leave a comment, as well as check out any of our stuff in the description there. We've got social media links, we've got links to the website, as well as our forums. Feel free to post whatever you like in the forums. And of course, our Patreon page is also down there if you guys are interested in supporting the channel directly with a monthly contribution. The Patreon page is a great place to do that. It's just a small monthly payment, $1, $3, $10,000, whatever you feel like doing. Definitely just pulls it out monthly and gives it to us. Patreon, of course, takes a small cut, but basically that's just a way of supporting the channel directly if you guys like the content that we are producing. And I just want to say thank you everybody for watching, and thank you to all current Patreon subscribers. It's definitely awesome to have some of you guys on board with that, and we really appreciate it here at WordTech. Hope you all have a wonderful day.